Hey, this is Casey. This is Real Talk, the series on my blog, Love and Life, where I write about what's actually going on underneath the patterns we can't explain. If you ever want to read more of these, they're all on loveandlifeinsight.com today. Single quotes is one. A lot of you have asked me. In different words, can an anxious-avoidant relationship actually work? You love him. That part isn't in question. But something about this relationship is exhausting in a way that's hard to explain to people who haven't lived it. The closeness that feels so real, followed by the distance that feels like abandonment. The chasing, the relief when he comes back, and then the whole thing starting again. You're not imagining it, and you're not crazy for finding it. Here's what's actually happening. Anxious and avoidant attachment styles are drawn to each other with a particular intensity, and it makes complete sense once you understand the mechanics. The anxiously attached person, someone who is a little distant, a little inconsistent, feels like a puzzle worth solving. The uncertainty activates the attachment system. The relief when he comes back feels like proof that the love is real, because the nervous system has learned to equate emotional relief with love itself. For the avoidant person, someone who pursues warmly and consistently, who makes the relationship feel safe and wanted, creates exactly the conditions under which they can finally relax, until the closeness feels like too much, and then the pulling away begins. Each person is doing exactly what their nervous system learned to do, and those two things together create a loop that neither person fully controls, and that is very difficult to break from inside it. So what does the cycle actually look like? It starts with intensity. The chemistry feels magnetic. You can fuse the aliveness of it. It isn't intimacy yet. It's activation. Then the cycle begins. You want more closeness. He needs more space. The more you move toward him, the more he pulls away. The more he pulls away, the more anxious you become, and the more you pursue. He withdraws further. Eventually, exhausted, you stop, and then he comes back. The relief is real. The reconnection feels like confirmation that what you have is worth it. And for a while, things are good, until the distance starts again. This cycle can repeat for months or years. Each time, it costs both people a little more trust. A little more of who you were before this relationship became the organizing principle of your emotional life. Here's the part that's important to see clearly in an anxious-avoidant relationship. You both bring out the worst in each other. You become hypervigilant, desperate to close the distance, not because that's who you are, but because his withdrawal triggers your abandonment wound at a frequency that doesn't let you regulate. He becomes cold, emotionally unreachable, not because he doesn't care, but because your pursuit triggers his suffocation wound, and he has no other tool but distance. With secure partners, you'd both be different. The pairing itself creates the dynamic. That's not an excuse to stay in something that's hurting you. It's important context, because it means the problem isn't that you're too much, or that he's incapable of love. It's that these two specific attachment patterns in combination create a loop that requires active, conscious effort from both people to break. Not one person, both. So, when can it actually work? It can work. I want to be honest about that because the answer isn't simply no, but it can only work if both people are genuinely, actively healing their attachment wounds at the same time, not just you. Both. He needs to be aware of his avoidant patterns, not defensively. Not as something he acknowledges when you explain it and then forgets, but genuinely curious about where they come from and what they cost him. He needs to be able to communicate when he needs space rather than disappearing into it. He needs to be doing real work, therapy, honest self-reflection, something that goes deeper than good intentions and better language. You need to be learning to self-soothe when the anxiety spikes. To sit with the discomfort of his need for space without interpreting it as abandonment. To work on your own wound, not just manage his. him leaning into closeness when every instinct says pull back. You tolerating space when every instinct says pursue. At the same time, consistently, over months. That's a high bar. Most anxious-avoidant couples don't meet it, not because they don't love each other, but because usually only one person is doing the work before you decide what to do with this relationship. Here are a few questions worth sitting with, honestly, not to analyze him, but to see the situation clearly. Is he aware of his avoidant patterns on his own, not just when you explain them to him in a difficult moment? Is he actively doing something about it, or does he say he'll try and then nothing changes? When he needs space, does he tell you, or does he simply disappear and leave you to fill the silence with your worst fears? Are you the only one who understands this dynamic, researches it, brings it to the relationship, or is he curious about it too? And honestly, are you so focused on understanding his avoidance that you haven't examined what keeps drawing you to this pattern in the first place? The answers, taken together, will tell you more than any conversation with him ever could. Give it a genuine window, 3 to 6 months of both people making real, visible effort, not 3 to 6 months of you hoping he'll eventually come around. Real effort looks like changed behavior, not changed language. If nothing has meaningfully shifted after that, you have your answer. You cannot love someone into healing. You cannot be patient enough, understanding enough, or self-aware enough for two people. Healing is a decision he has to make for himself, for his own reasons, independent of whether it keeps you around. If he hasn't made that decision, staying doesn't help him make it. It just costs you more time. If anxious-avoidant dynamics keep showing up in your relationships, that's worth paying attention to. Not as self-blame, but as information. Anxious attachment is drawn to avoidant attachment because the push-pull feels familiar. The intensity, the longing, the relief when they come back, it registers in the nervous system as love, as chemistry, as the real thing. It's a pattern your nervous system recognizes, and it will keep recognizing it until you've done enough healing that security starts to feel like something worth choosing. That feels too quiet to be real. The work isn't finding a better avoidant. It's becoming secure enough within yourself that you stop needing the cycle to feel alive in a relationship. An anxious-avoidant relationship can work, but it requires two people who are both aware of what's happening, both actively healing, and both willing to be uncomfortable for the sake of something real. If only one person is doing that work, it won't be enough. Not because you didn't try hard enough, because you can't close a gap that only one person is walking toward. This is Casey from Love and Life. If you want to go deeper into this, what your nervous system is actually doing in this cycle, and what real security feels like by comparison, there's a free guide waiting for you. It's called It's Not You, It's Your Brain. Links in the description. And if this found you at the right time, a like helps it find someone else too. If you want to keep hearing these, hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.